Hey Beth, my name is Lottie. It's so nice to meet you. We are doing my very first bookish video today on our brand new channel. How are you doing? I'm a little bit nervous, but I think it'll be fun. We're gonna start with the video book freakout challenge because I thought, what better way to start than ask me some questions and get to know my bookish habits. So, hi, if you don't know me, my name is Lottie. I'm a cozy streamer over on Twitch by Just a Tea Bear. We normally stream cozy games, and on our main channel, we normally watch directs together and talk about upcoming releases. But last year I got really back into reading, and I've wanted to make content on it ever since. And I consume bookish content all the time, so what better time than to start than now? And I'm actually really excited to do this. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I just thought, hey, we're just gonna start now. There's no better time than the present. Best question, best book you've read so far in 2024. It's kind of a hard question. I don't know that any of them are necessarily my favorite, but I'd say one of my top ones for this year is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. It was just such a magical read for me personally. I know some people didn't like it because it was quite essay heavy, I think people were saying, but I just added to it for me. I just really enjoyed learning all the information the author gave about fairies and how they inhabit the world. And the romance, also the subplot of romance, was really nicely done in my opinion. And I just have very fond memories of it. And it's one of those books, just like Carrie Soto's Back, which is also probably one of my top books so far this year, that when I think about them, it just makes my heart feel so full, and I have very fond memories of them. And I think that the kind of books that if I could go back and read them for the first time, I would take it in a heartbeat because they're just so magical to me, if I can say. And I can't wait to reread them one day. I don't know what it will be. Question 2. Best sequel you've read so far in 2024? I've actually only read one sequel, and that is The Ballad of Never After, so I guess that's the best one I've read so far. Hopefully, maybe in the end half of the year, maybe I'll read some more series, and maybe I can give a better answer for my sequels. Question 3. New release you haven't read yet but want to. So, if we're talking about releases that came out just in this year, I don't think I actually have any. However, releases from recent years is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've only just recently got it. I haven't read it yet. It's one I'm definitely going to be reading soon. The only reason I haven't read it is really just because I recently got it when I was charity shopping for books. And that's all I have on that one. And another one I really want to read is Fourth Wing. I was waiting for it to come out in paperback. That's my excuse. Hardbacks are heavy. I've got weak wrists. I need a paperback because they're easy to hold. But also Fourth Wing, it's actually kind of large and the print's kind of small. And I'm kind of intimidated in that way because I did read some books recently that were around the 500-page mark that I didn't like so much, so now I think I'm just a little scared to get into such a big book so soon after that. Question 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Oh, so story time. Recently I put in a semi-medium sized order with Waterstones for a bunch of pre-orders for the end of this year, and one of them that is coming out is called Scuttle by P.B. Walter, I believe. I don't know what it is about that cover. I don't know what it is about the title, but something about it has me really excited. So, the book description from Goodreads for Scuttle. When an overnight camping trip in the woods on Halloween night goes wrong and a girl ends up dead with what looks like animal wounds, the whole neighborhood is shocked. How did it happen? And more importantly, what was it that killed her? So, and the creepy crawly bug legs on the cover, it's selling me I'm ready to be scared. I'm ready to be frightened. I'm ready to be quaking in my little booties. Question 5. Biggest disappointment from this year. Gonna sound really mean, and I'm really sorry. As a teenager, I absolutely adored Patrick Ness, and I loved his work. Coming back and reading his backlog as an adult, it's really disappointing. I actually don't like his work anymore. And I hate that so much, because last year when I got back into reading, I read his novel Burn, and I loved it, and that's really one of the books that got me right back into reading. So it's just kind of sad that I don't like his other work anymore. And I think that's one of my biggest disappointments. Question 6. Biggest surprise. I don't really have any big surprises from this year, unfortunately. Nothing's kind of wowed me. Hopefully at the end of that changes and I have something that's like, wow, you bears gotta listen up. I'm sorry. Question 7. Favorite new author. Favorite author is a hard title to earn from me. However, bears, listen up. Taylor Jenkins Reid. After reading Carrie Soto, I want to go read the backlog. I want to read every other book, okay? We'll see how far it goes. But absolutely, I want to read her other work. I want to see what's going on. Question 8. Newest fictional crush. I'm really sorry. I'm really boring. I don't have any. I'm sorry. No one I've read about strikes my fancy. So sorry. Question 9. Newest favorite character. Whole different story. Favorite character so far has been Bramblebee. He's a silly, goofy guy. I love him. I love him so much. I do not have a crush on him, but I do love him. He's just silly. He's goofy. And I love that in a character. It makes me so happy. Question 10. A book that made you cry. Oh my god, bears, listen up. When I tell you Carrie Soto is back, the ending of that novel, it had me sobbing uncontrollably. And I'm so sorry. I know that's like kind of embarrassing to say. It just did though. I was finishing up late at night. It was probably gone midnight. And if you know, you know. I don't want to say spoilers, but the ending had me in shambles. And I tear up thinking about it because she didn't deserve what happened. I'm gonna cry again. It makes me so sad. Oh! Question 11. Book that made you happy. I would love to say that all the books I read this year made me happy, but I'd be goddamn lying to you bears. I'd be lying. I have beef with a lot of the books I read, and I have beef with those authors as well. I wish they made me happy. Not all of them did. However, a book that did make me happy was Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I don't know what it was. I don't know what she put in that book, but I was on my bed, I was kicking my feet, I was giggling along. I just really loved it. It was a quick, easy read. Just such an enjoyable read. And I loved it for that. Question 12. Most beautiful book you've bought so far this year. I have quite a few to tell you guys about. I love books. I will not be ashamed to say I judge a book by a cover. How else am I meant to judge it? I understand once I've read it I can judge it, but beforehand, the cover's all I've got to go off of. So, most beautiful book I've got so far. Emily Wilde, An Encyclopedia of Fairies. Chef's Kiss. It's such a whimsical front cover. I love it so much. Next up, the Broken Heart trilogy. All 3 books, very specifically the UK edition. I don't like the US edition. I don't I don't think it's a very nice edition. I'm sorry, it's mean. UK on top. And then also a book that came in today that I just received. Footprints in the Woods, The Secret Life of Forests and Riverbanks. Maybe it's just because it's got weasels and badgers on the front, but something about it just, oh, it makes my heart happy to see that book. I think it's so pretty. I think that one is just so pretty. Question 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? All of them? I mean, I guess so. So, fun fact, I like to try and keep my books and my unread books at a 50-50 split if I can. That's kind of how I determine buying them. I'm currently at, I think, 35% read. So I do have a bit of catching up to do. It's fine. I have faith in myself. I believe I can get up to that 50% mark. And then I also recently did a bit of a clean of my bookshelf. And I do have some books that I guess I don't really want anymore. I do want to read them before I pass them on. So I guess I have a little pile of 9 books that I want to read before the end of the year. Question 14. What books do you want to reread this year? So, I guess I only have 3 that I would actually want to read this year again. First up, I think I've already said it so far in this video, I really want to reread Burn by Patrick Ness, and I really want to see if it invokes the same passion it does in me initially when I read it. Next up is I really want to read The Last Word. I'll probably read that sometime in October, spooky month, spooky vibes. I loved The Last Word by Taylor Adams. It was one of my 5-star reads from last year. And I want to read it again, and I want to know if I find it as thrilling, even though I know what's gonna happen. Question 15. Books you've been putting off. Wolfwing. It's so long, and I've read so many books recently that were like around the 500 page mark that I didn't like. So now seeing Fourth Wing and it's like 560 pages, the print is kind of small, I'm just scared to read it. And I won't deny that. I'm just nervous to read it. Question 16? Are we on 16? I don't remember. A book you enjoyed with mixed reviews. Strangers by Tachi Yamada. I don't know why people didn't like that one. I think it's... Out of all the books I've read this year, it has the lowest rating on Goodreads. But I really enjoyed it personally. I don't think it was a bad read. It was quite enjoyable. It was a novella, so it was pretty quick. Maybe I gotta read the reviews on that one a bit more deeply than I did. Because I don't know why people didn't like it. I thought it was good. Question 17. Series you want to finish before the end of the year. I gotta start a series to finish it. Although, okay, so I guess if we're gonna say series I want to start A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I want to read Spellslinger. It's a book I've had sat on my shelf for a while. I don't know what it is. It's been calling to me recently, so maybe I gotta pick that one up. Question 18? I don't know how to count. Do you think you'll reach your reading goal? Are you going to change it? I don't like this question. My reading goal for the year was 50 books. No, I don't think I'm gonna hit that. I'm like 10 books behind. I think that goal is long gone out my reach. So unless I read quite a few novellas, I don't think I'm getting that one back. I'm not gonna change it. I'd just be lying to myself. But I'm gonna be proud with however many books we read by the end of the year. I'll still be happy. Question 19? I hope it's 19. Any new goals for the rest of the year? The only new goal I have is to finish my unhaul TBR pile. And that's the only one I really have. So we'll see how that goes. I think I can do it. It's only like 9 books. I'm gonna be pretty miffed if I don't do it. But that's all the questions. Feel free to respond to them as well in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys have been putting off, what you guys have that's a new favorite. I just want to hear about your reading and all the books. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I had a lot of fun filming this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I'll try and use my big old brain to make some new content for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a good day. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye, bears. Bye bye.